Welcome back to this week's Makeup Tip Tuesday. Okay, I am really excited to show you guys this. This has been one of our most requested products on how to create a bronzer. Now, a couple weeks ago, I believe it was about last month, you can scroll down and see it below, how to create a bronzer using Alluring, aka Fort St. John. And that time I used Sunrise, aka Maple Ridge. But you can also do it with Sunbeam, aka Barkerville. These two combined make the most beautiful bronzer. If you're looking for one that's more bright compared to the other combination, it's gonna be more of a darker toned bronzer. I love both for both different reasons. So we're finally back in stock with her. I'm gonna swatch. She is a pure yellow, like Yukon yellow, as it should be renamed Barkerville. And then Alluring, aka Fort St. John, is our beautiful, amazing, kind of like a rose color, brown pink. It's the only way that I can describe it. She is one of our most popular shades. Eyes, cheeks, lips, wet or dry, but we're going to mix them together to show you how to create a really beautiful bronzer. Now, we're moms here at MisMacK and we're busy. And honestly, it's actually inventory day because it's our year end. So I'm gonna show you how to do a quick 5-minute face with these two shades. Because let's be honest, we would way rather be at the beach doing the things outside than doing our makeup, but we still wanna look snatched and right and like put together. And makes just the biggest difference. So I'm going in with our Depuff and Prime. Okay, it's amazing what just a quick little 5-minute face will do. Just for your mood, just for like your self-confidence, just to feel like you're like ready for the day. I know for myself, it makes a big difference if I don't even just do a little bit of mascara or foundation. I feel like I'm not giving myself that time, and I love doing it too. So that's the other thing. I'm not doing it to mask. That's a big difference between using makeup to mask and to hide who you are compared to using it as a tool of empowerment and self-expression. Okay, we believe that MisMacK is all about grit. If you were to think of one word that describes MisMacK, it'd be grit. Okay, giving you permission to show up and the courage to show up as you are, who you are, on and off the field. Okay. That was Depuff and Prime. I just used my finger because we took our little ball out for this guy. Okay, if you are a makeup artist, take your ball out because then you're not rolling it on people. I just grabbed this out of my makeup bag from the move and that's the one that I had. So that was not planned. We're gonna quickly do our foundation, okay? I am currently a mix between an MM7 and an MM5. At one point I was my MM7 when we had a lot of sun. MM5 is too late, so I need to mix them together, okay? How we do that. I'm gonna apply a little bit to the back of my hand of number 5, okay? And then I'm gonna apply a little bit to the back of my hand of MM7, like so, okay? We're gonna take our foundation brush. Even when I'm doing a 5-minute face, I don't like using my fingers. One, the product sits just on top of your skin compared to when you use the brush, it's faster. You're not transferring bacteria from your fingers to your face, and it pushes the product into their beautiful skincare. So I do already have our amazing skin oil and our multi-action moisturizer that is dropping January 16th. So stay tuned because we're going to be doing a little special promotion for, you might be the first ones to be able to try it on a special promo. So we're going to, with the tip of the brush, pull a little bit down of the MM5, pull a little bit down of the MM7, and then use whatever is pulled down to load your brush. Okay, we're not oversaturating it. So you can even see there's a little bit too much there. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna push that onto the back of my hand. Starting in the apple of the cheek, we're going to push this in quite a dense, like pushing it in. Words are not my thing today, but with quite a bit of pressure, okay? Pushing it in, finishing in a downward stroke. Okay, this is the best foundation for mature skin. 9 ingredients. Took me a year and a half to formulate with my amazing female chemist. So it is packed with our proprietary ingredient. That's why MisMacK works on a professional level where it's sweat proof, all of the things without any silicone. So when I was building MisMacK, we couldn't have silicone in our clean product because essentially silicone is not a clean ingredient. It's like putting plastic on your skin. Though it's not toxic, it's just one of those products that are ingredients that we don't like to use when you're a true clean brand. And what silicone does is it kind of traps in dirt and debris. That's why you need setting sprays. You need, obviously, any cream that you use a powder, but silicones can like slip off the skin. Our proprietary ingredient that's in everything is derived from the fatty acids of coconut oil. So totally different than an oil base. It actually goes into the science of it. And what it does is it locks in the water loss of the skin and gives us pro performance without any of that icky stuff. I'm so proud of it. We actually had Amanda Camcona reach out to us a couple months ago, who she's like, I found her on social media. I started following her. She messaged me right away and was like, hey, I've been looking for a foundation and makeup that actually stays. I'm one of the only female MLB hitting coaches in the MLB. And of course she's doing press and all that, and she needs it to stay. So I was like, this is exactly why Sports Color Cosmetics is here. Pro performance on and off the field without any of that icky stuff. So she placed an order, sent it down, loves it, like absolutely loves it, is obsessed. Man, if you're watching this, thank you so much for loving MisMacK as much as we do. It means the world to us. And we're so proud to call you a MisMacKer, and really, you know, being a female in a male-dominated industry. So I commend you to the highest. So thank you if you're watching this. Amazing. We love you so much. I can't wait to meet you in person. But this foundation really is the best. And then for mature skin, what happens when we hit a particular age, as if you're in it, you know, products don't sit on your skin the same as what it used to. So anything that does have a heavy silicone will emphasize texture, will make your skin look older than what it actually is, where we need to do the opposite. We need to hydrate. So that's where our foundation and our proprietary ingredient come into play, but we also want coverage, right? But we don't want to be looking like a mask. I mean, we're very like, not needy, but we have a particular way that we want our skin to look. And it's really hard to find products that do, and then it gets expensive because you're trying all the things, you're ending up throwing it out. Here we are. We do have a foundation sample pack. It is currently back ordered as we're waiting for a little more jars to come in. But you can try before you buy. All you have to do is pay for the shipping, and you get a little cleansing balm and a little mini oil. The oil is a complete game changer. If you do not have one of our skin oils underneath your foundation, it's a total different experience. So that Nourishing Skin Oil is our #1 seller here at MisMacK, completely replaces the moisturizer and acts as our primer. If you know, you know. Okay, so I'm just doing a quick, I am going over my eye with my foundation. Okay, now we're gonna take my salmon, which hopefully I can find it. It is not here. Okay, well, usually I take my salmon. Hold please, let me find it. Now that we're in our new space. I know I had it last week, so it has to be here. No. No. Okay, well that's just bizarre. That is not salmon, not salmon, not salmon. Okay, we're going to skip that part. So usually I use salmon. I can't live without it. I can't believe it's not on my desk. I am at a loss for words. Hold on. I'm gonna make you go, what is this? What is this? Sorry, I'm like shaking you guys around here. I found one. Okay, as you can see, I cannot live without salmon. So this one, I'm going to take the back of my large crease brush. We're going to pick her up and we're gonna dust in that inner corner. It's just super light. Don't overthink this. I do need a mirror. Okay, don't overthink this. Grab your brush, wiggle it in, circular motions, up. And if you have any like imperfections, this is actually a really great concealer. It works really, really well for covering up any, hormonal acne, all those things. So I'm not overthinking this. I'm literally just getting it on here. Large crease brush. If you don't have one, you're missing out. It is one of my favorite brushes on top and bottom, okay? As long as you have your foundation underneath this area, you can go in a little bit drier compared to mixing it with the Gaia Gloss. So this is my 5-minute lazy face. Now we're gonna set the skin with the blur setting powder. Into the back of the lid, like so, very lightly. Powder brush, we're gonna pick up, we're gonna push into the palm of our hand. I'm just gonna get that door out of my frame. Ha ha ha, there we go. Pick it up. Oh, and then I have that in my frame. Look at this. Okay, that's better. Okay, pick it up, push it in, pat. We're not wiping or swiping. I even am gonna go over my eye. Pat, pat, pat. So key when you're using your blur powder, less is more. You pick it up, you push it into the palm of your hand, and you pat. Okay, and pat. I love the large powder brush. Oh, our brushes are so soft. And then they're all labeled, so you know which is which. Like, amazing. Okay, let's get into the fun stuff. Bronzer, okay? I'm kind of doing this in a different order than when I would do like a full glam makeup. I am doing my base first, as you can see. I did my concealing around my eyes. I'm not gonna finish my eyes until my bronzer is on because I am gonna lightly do a dusting over my lid. If you have your mascara on and you do a dusting over your lid, you're probably gonna get product onto your lash, and then what can happen too, I don't know if you've ever done this, but if you've touched your lashes when your lashes are still wet and they kind of like clump together, oh, I hate that feeling. So we're just gonna avoid that. We're gonna do our mascara last. So how we're gonna do this, we're gonna take our soft blending brush. This guy is 2 layers designed to pick up less pigment. This is your best friend blush brush, okay? It is really densely soft. MisMacK Art Shadows, as you know, or if you don't know, if you're new to this, are pure pigment, okay? A little bit goes a long way. You can use them wet or dry. Whenever you are sandwiching 2 colors, okay? I'll put it into my palette here so you can see how it would be in my palette. Like so. So, and a little tip is if you have colors that are brighter, push them to the side, okay? So then these 2 are connected. I'm avoiding getting any of the darker colors onto my brush. The reason why I designed it with a space in between is so you can pick it up, especially as a pro artist, pick it up, scrape, put it back, but then you're not damaging your art shadow. I cannot tell you how many times I've done this with other brands before I made MisMacK. We're trying to pop it out. I end up damaging the product, where this one, it is designed that way, okay? We're gonna sandwich. We're gonna go into the light, so Sunbeam, into Alluring, back to Sunbeam, so Barkerville, Fort St. John, Barkerville. You can even see that, like see how little is on my brush? I love it. Okay, we're gonna lightly go like this. We're gonna go onto our cheeks. So it's designed to pick up less. So we're gonna, 1, 2, 3. There's more on there. I'm gonna lightly tap on the back of my hand or my wrist, and we're going to apply. Bronzy Golden Goddess. So this one's a little bit more of a shimmery, obviously both of them are, but this one's gonna give you more of that yellowy bronzer, that brighter bronzer. So mixing, and if you want it less yellow, put in more Alluring. So I like, whenever I'm doing my cheeks, I like to kind of swirl it when I'm doing a bit more of a bronzy sort of glow. One, I feel like that gives me less application. So I'm kind of swirling instead of like pushing it in. So swirling over my cheekbones and up. Now, if you go in and be like, oh my God, that's way too much, I got you. Take your blur, powder brush, and blur it out. Now, the other parts that we're going to apply bronzer is where the sun would naturally hit you, okay? I do not like to use bronzer as a contour. This is a really big thing right now that we're seeing all over the internet. So contour, definition of contour is to push away, definition of highlight is to push forward. Contour should be a matte, neutral tone to recreate the natural shadow of your skin, okay? You can add bronzer over top, but for me, it's supposed to push back and create a shadow. Bronzers can be too warm and you can see the product, okay? Definition of bronzer is where the sun would naturally hit you to give you a bronzy sun-kissed glow. So where that would be, top of the forehead, down the nose, into the cheek and back. Now, careful with the nose. We don't want it to be shimmery. Definition of highlight, push forward. So what's the furthest thing that's already away from you? Your nose. And if you go too much, we're gonna apply just a little bit of foundation over top. Okay. And then onto the chin. And then I'm gonna take whatever's kind of left over and I'm gonna brush it over my lids and into my temple. Notice I did not pick up again. That is how pigmented MisMacK is, okay? Now you can add more, you can add less, but I think that looks pretty good. That's it. That's how you create a bronzer. So you can go scroll down and you can see the difference between Alluring and Sunrise, where Alluring and Sunbeam. I like both for both different reasons. It's hard to say. I was really obsessed with doing it with the Sunbeam for a really long time until we ran out and I couldn't show you guys. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to show you what you can't have. So I was looking at Sunrise next to it with Alluring. Alluring is your magic moment. That's what's going to turn it into a bronzer because it has that little bit of pink. Okay. Can't go full on with an orange or a yellow. We need that little bit of a pink to like bronze that sun kiss up. Okay. Now we're going to go in with a bit of mascara. Oh my gosh, this happened last week too. Where is my mascara? Oh my gosh. I knew I was missing something when I was looking at this. There it is. Okay. We have drawers on our desk, which is super great. Okay. A little bit of mascara. Remember, don't pump. We're going to go in and lightly do a coat. I like to do quite a few coats when I'm doing it's more of a soft eye look like my 5-minute face. So what I'll do is I'll do a few. I'm going to go back and forth. I have this one hair that wants to join the party. Okay. I'm not going to put any on the bottom of my lashes today. I'm just going to do the tops. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And you can keep going until you get the definition and the volume that you desire. Do that. Okay, 2 more steps and we're done. Did I just get that everywhere? I did not. Woohoo! Brows, we're gonna do a soft brow with our angled brush and our Stone, which I am so sorry, Stone is currently back ordered. I will be placing her order today. Pick up, wipe off. I'm gonna lightly start in the center and I'm not gonna overthink this. I'm just gonna lightly zhuzh up. Pick up with whatever's on the back of my hand. We're gonna zhuzh up, starting in the center, down, and then for lips, we're gonna do some Gaia Gloss. Brand new Gaia. We're gonna remove this. And apply it to our lips. So Gaia Gloss is my very first product that we launched in 2018 with our Glitter Envy. This guy is a multi-use product. You can use it on your lips. You can mix it into your foundation if you want that glowy glow, like moisture effect to it. You can also make any color with it. So we're gonna take a little bit of Alluring with my finger, very lightly, because Gaia Gloss will enhance our colors in it. And I'm just gonna go like that. And that's my 5-minute beachy look for these busy moms that are heading to the ball field, heading to the rinks, because we know brick tournaments going on right now, all the things. So Sunbeam is back in stock. If you do not have her and you have Alluring and you've been wanting to create this really beautiful bronzy effect that I've been rocking before, now's your time. She is back in stock. So I hope that this helps. If you have any questions or any comments, please comment below, like, subscribe, share to a MisMacKer or someone who is new to here or hasn't even heard of us, because we're still the best kept secrets. So thank you so much for joining us. Like, subscribe, share, and we will see you next week.